What's up, Grey Goobers? So today I'm going to be working on redesigning parts of my mocap helmet. So this is actually kind of weird because right now I'm not using the mocap rig that oh wait, let me go mute something real quick. Okay, there we go. So yeah, so the past two broadcasts, I have been using a mocap helmet that I've made that does head tracking with a Steam VR tracker, and also does face tracking with an iPhone. The issue is that right now the balance is not good on it, so we have kind of like two goals today with the oh wait, I just accidentally undid something. Anyway, we have two goals today. We want to rebalance the head track, or the whole head rig, so that like it doesn't want to keep going forward, since it's uncomfortable, it's strain on my neck, and it's blocking the eyebrows from being more expressive. And we also want to, in part of that, we want to move the Steam VR tracker from the forehead to the back of the head, so that it doesn't contribute to that, and helps contribute weight to the back. So, yeah. What do we have on the table? So, some of these things took several hours to print, so I printed them ahead of time, but we're also going to be I currently have a 3D print going on right now, and we are going to be doing some CAD in Fusion 360, and more 3D prints, and some assembly on the workbench, as well as a dive into the current head rig situation. But yeah, okay, let's get started with I guess kind of the current design that we have right now. Okay, so that's the CAD. Let me go lock the camera to the workbench real quick. Does this work? That's not working the way I thought it would. Okay, we're just gonna have it on auto camera. Okay, so let's see. Alright, I think now I can see that. So this is the current rig that I have for face tracking. I'm gonna go take my iPhone for a bit, so it's gonna make my head tracking go kind of wonky, or my face tracking go wonky. But the iPhone goes in here, and yeah, just so y'all know, just pretend there's an iPhone in here the rest of the time. And we have a well, that was DJ Marky Z's head. Anyway, so we also have Steam VR Tracker. This is actually the Tracker 2.0. I use the 3.0s for all of my stuff, and actually have these on eBay, but while they're just sitting around, I'm going to be using them on the stream just to show, just, I guess, as mock-ups, although they technically work. And, yeah, we have a battery on the back of here. I'm going to go put the face cap back on real quick. So, yeah, we have a battery on the back here. It serves two purposes. It keeps the iPhone charged up while I'm streaming, which, actually, I think during my debut, my phone ran out in, like, the last 15 minutes or so, for, like, a 3-hour stream, and I'm going to be doing streams about that long quite a bit, so a way to power juice to that thing, is pretty good. Also do want to have, like, a second cable going to the tracker so that doesn't run out of battery. Although, well, yeah, I guess, so the Steam VR 3.0 trackers, the battery life is supposed to be like 8 hours-ish, but the 2.0, they're only like 3 hours-ish. And what else? So, to connect the face tracking setup, we use this aluminum rod. It's a 1/4 inch, that's like 3.2 or something millimeters, I think. It's bent, and it goes almost all the way around. The local hardware stores didn't have the length that I needed. I need about like 4 feet, or like 1.33-ish meters, I think. to really get this all the way here and have a bit more extra room to play with, but it's not super intense, so we don't actually need to go all the way. And I'm also using a suspension system thingy that you'd find on a oh, there it is, that you'd find on like a commercial hard hat. And so I don't think there's really a standard. It looks like that each hard hat manufacturer has their own kind of way to attach the suspension on a hard hat. But yeah, we're gonna have to take this part anyway so that we can transfer some of the parts like the strap and yeah. So let's see. Oh, so in the top corner, I wonder if this will work. Does that work? No, I don't have finger track. Well, anyway, so at the top right, you can see the progress on a 3D print going on. Right now, that is a dummy iPhone. It's not going to weigh the same amount, but I have a bunch of holes in there so that I can put some M5 screws as weight. So we're also going to get the mass of the iPhone that I'm using, and we're going to try to jam some screws in there until it's the same mass. But yeah, that'll come off the print bed. And so I guess here's some of the goals. Oh yeah, let me stick DJ Marky Z back in. So yeah, the back of this ratchets in to stay in place. So yeah, right now it's too forward heavy. So there's kind of two goals here. First, I want to take this and I want to mount it on the back of the head instead. That'll help redistribute some weight to the back. At the same time, right now, this is pretty much only configured to mount like Steam VR trackers and the Tundra trackers. They're not compatible with, is it Mocopi, which I think is Sony's solution, and I don't think it's compatible with like the Slime VR trackers as is. And so I'm planning for this to not just be a solution for me, but to like release it out to the whole like VTuber community and like motion capture hobbyists and such. So yeah, I want this to be compatible with multiple systems, not just Steam VR. So I'd like for the mounting to be something modular so you can swap whatever kind of tracker you want. Second, right now the external battery is that's acting as a counterweight, and it's literally just like painters taped on. And so we want to figure out where it should be placed in order to rebalance it, because there's two ways to adjust the balance to be more balanced, I guess. That didn't make sense. There's a way to... There's two ways that we can change the balance. First is we can simply add more weight, but honestly, at the end of these like 3-hour streams, my head has been pretty tired, and I've had a headache and had to take like ibuprofen. So I don't want to do that. If anything, I want to figure out how to make it lighter. But right now, we're not going to be making it that much lighter. The second way that we can do this is we can move this further away from the fulcrum, the balance point, from the head. So basically, have some kind of mounting that lets us move this backwards. So I guess there's kind of pros and cons with that. With the first solution of using, actually, hold on, let me disable my waist tracking before it becomes a distraction again. Where's my tracker button? Disabled. All right, cool, we're back. So, yeah, what we want to do is figure out where we can put that. Oh wait, pros and cons. So there's kind of pros and cons with both ways of doing this. As stated, if we just add more weight, that's just more strain on the on the user's neck. But the good thing though is that we can keep it kind of compact. And if we were to go with the second solution, which is what we're doing this stream, by extending the distance from the head that it goes behind you, we don't have much additional weight other than like the additional structure, which is kind of negligible compared to like just raw adding weight to it. But we do have the issue that it's just more bulk more stuff for it to run into, so yeah, it's kind of a pick your poison kind of deal, but if this does turn into a product, I would like to have multiple options for people to use on that if they need the kind of more agile, less bulky solution, or if they want something that's lighter. But yeah. So I think we're about 20-ish minutes away from this 3D print finishing, and we want to queue things up on time. So right now, I think the first task that I'll be doing... Oh wait, I also need to show you the suspension system. So yeah, this is actually kind of hard to do because I'm like using my old iPhone neck mount to do this, and it's in the way. There's a reason why I'm not using that for the streams, even though I've bought it already and it was like the first solution for it. It's because it just gets in the way when I try and do stuff on the workbench. And when I did that Lego building with the head rig, it was so much better, except for the weight. But I'm thinking that if we can rebalance this, then a lot of the weight issues will probably go away because we'll be forcing the weight more directly down on the spine instead of like kind of having it cantilever on the head and making the neck have to like fight that movement too. But yeah, okay, so let's get this out of the way. So this is a commercial off-the-shelf 3M hard hat suspension unit, and let's get the hard hat again. So yeah, the way that this goes, I'm not going to put it in all the way because it's kind of a pain in the ass to get them out, like you just saw me struggle with it a bit. So I'm just going to like insert them about halfway through. But yeah, they're like these 4 slots on the hard hat. And let me see if I actually have the extra strap. I do have the extra strap. And there's actually also like another set of straps that you can get. I don't really know if this is necessary, so I haven't included it in the build, but that may be a thing I do in the future. But yeah, you can get like, I guess, 6-point suspension by using that extra strap instead of 4. And so you just go in, you can change out the hat as you need to and keep the suspension. And they have different tiers. Oh, this is upside down. They have different tiers of their hard hat suspension. Like they have one that's just kind of like a snapback. They have this ratcheting one, which I'm using right now. And I noticed that there are some third parties that are making 3M compatible straps. But yeah, so I bought this just at the hardware store. I tried experimenting with a few different things like the GoPro strap thing. That worked well for just a tracker, but it definitely wasn't going to hold a whole iPhone like a foot away from your face. Then I tried using, let me see if I have it. Okay, I don't have it separated, but I tried using one of these VR headset straps. Why is it off? Oh, wait, it's this way. One of these VR headset straps, but with the headset taken off. Yeah, I'll just do that right now. And so something really neat about these is that they actually have a battery that also acts as a counterweight, which I am looking for right now. Yeah. These have a battery that acts as a counterweight, since we have similar issues in the VR world with the headsets being kind of front heavy. And so that's actually kind of the thing that I want to integrate. If I need to look up like what the laws are about integrating a third party thing into like a system that needs to be resold, or if it has to be like just sold separately or something. But if I can make it compatible with like this magnetic hot swap battery system, that would be really awesome. But yeah, I tried using this and having the phone held off of where the VR headset normally clips in, but that was also not working. It was way too heavy, and it was just kind of slipping off. So yeah, that led me to kind of the third thing. Oh, I found the hold on, I actually found the original attachment I made for it. So yeah, this used hardened steel rod and some 3D prints. And this big old thing here was just like some kind of generic grid since I didn't design the phone holder yet. So I just wanted to design that, get that printed while I actually designed the phone holder. And speaking of the phone holder, I forgot to talk about that. So, yeah, this phone holder, it's based off of a lot of the commercial phone holders, like this one that you can put on like a tripod with the same 1/4" 20 threads. And so, open and close it here, there's a spring to keep it open. And I also have a USB cable hole thingy glued in so that we can charge the phone at the same time. But this is custom designed, 3D printed, and made for this system. But yeah. And so, get that out. Hard hat back. Actually, I'll just get that later. Okay, so let's see. We have how many minutes left? Have 18-ish minutes left on the 3D print, so that's a good time to get the first goal, where we want to mount the Steam VR tracker on the back of the head. And so, actually, let me get the old one again. So, what I'm thinking here is, let me just get this out of the way since it's in the way. So what I'm thinking here is, oh, and I do need to reinsert this, actually. Oh, no, I don't. I'll save that for later. So, yeah. The way that the aluminum rod is restrained to the this ring is at 5 points. We have it clamped down, each of them with 3 to 5 M4 screws. And so, yeah, what I'm thinking is that we'll modify this back one so that it can hold the tracker here instead of here. And so that'll change the weight balance. And what was I gonna do? Oh yeah. So actually, I think the first thing to do in that case, since we actually need like a point of reference, I guess, is so here are the new parts. These white parts are actually the same. I keep going back and forth. I need to figure out a more streamlined thing for this. Anyway, so these white parts are the same as these. You'll notice that this one's missing because this is a piece that I want to modify, and there's no point in me printing something I was literally going to do later. I had to reprint these because the depth of the screw head wasn't deep enough, so I added 2 millimeters to that depth, so they should sink in now and grip on a lot better. But yeah, so we're gonna go put this harness back into this ring, and this printed overnight. I think this is like a 5-hour print or so. I'm just using PLA for these test prints, but the final prints I'd like them to be in ABS. I don't really like to use PLA for anything that could be transported outside of my home because it just takes a couple hours in the Texas hot summer for that PLA to deform. It's really sensitive to that. This is actually going to be kind of loose. Let me see if I can actually drill that out real quick. There's a tripod mount threaded insert, 1/4" 20 at the bottom of DJ Marquee Z. So I'm just going to be removing that temporarily so that I can freestand without having, so that it'll just freestand-ish without having to worry about it, like tipping over or something. Okay, I think that fits. And drill's kind of overkill for this, but whatever. Set it to like slow speed. Alright. Okay, so this is inserted, and yeah, so we can see kind of better without all the other stuff going on, how this, like, head mounting works. So, yeah, we just have these straps that go on, and then you just ratchet this down, and then, yeah, it's pretty secure. Something that I want to add, but probably won't this stream, is, like, a system to have it go around your chin, but I need to design that more carefully so it doesn't, like, strangle you or something. That's kind of dangerous. But yeah, and then these just go in here after you take the aluminum rod and put it in there. And so we're going to be making the bit that goes here, like one of these, except with like 5 holes and a bit wider. And we're going to have this go, I don't know, do you want it at an angle or do you want it like straight up? I think there's kind of pros and cons. Like, this is more streamlined, but it might be annoying to tune, like, in the VR slot. Well, I'm not going to be doing that on stream, so that's a problem for later and probably offline me. But yeah, let's just have it like this, because I think that looks better. So yeah, now we can go back to the what's it called? Fusion. And yeah, let me actually, oh wait, did I turn off the Bambu view? I think I may have. Unless, okay, oh no, it was up in the other corner. Maybe it was, I don't know. It's working now. So, yeah. We have this, this weird grid thing. Might as well show y'all. This is how we're going to, experiment with, the battery positioning. So, this goes here. It's not trivially light, but it's light enough that's not going to matter too much. So we're going to put this here, and we're going to, like, stick the battery in different places to kind of find, like, what the correct balance is. And I think we're going to trim off more and more grid as we find out, like, if it's here, that's way too far, just so that, like, we can get less weight to affect it. And then later, I'll be designing an actual strap for the battery, and I would like it to fit different brands of batteries, not just be built for, like, a single brand of battery. Oh, and the way that all these screws are being retained is just, or the way I guess a lot of this is being constrained is M4 screws and square nuts. I would use square nuts when I'm doing these kinds of projects over hex nuts, because even though, like, the hexagon shape more in general, the square, it just doesn't round out the holes nearly as easily as using hex. And I think for the final version of this, and probably for the actual product, I'll be using either threaded or heat set inserts. But while I'm prototyping, I don't like to mess with that, because that's just a lot of work to take them out, and reusing heat set inserts is very annoying. Yeah. Okay, so I'm just going to take this with me at the workbench, or at the desk, just to make it easier instead of having to go back and forth all the time. But yeah, I'm kind of envisioning that we probably have a lot of space here, and I can also design it to be flush, so if it does stick out and contact the head, it's not that awkward. And then I think we'll just have it tilted 45 degrees, and we'll have it, I mean, I can estimate in my mind, but I'll just show y'all with the calipers so you can follow along. So if this is going to be basically flushed there, then, yeah, I think that if this is elevated, like, maybe 20-ish, could be 30-ish if someone's, got a pretty tall dome, and then have that at 45 degrees, and then we'll just have it use a standard, 1/4" 20 interface, which, by the way, that's, like, the only, like, Imperial screw that actually stock is just 1/4" 20, because it's using, like, so many things like tripods and, like, camera mounts and the trackers and whatever. But yeah, I normally use metric for everything else. So yeah, we'll just extend the back up 20, round it out, and then or up 30, and then have this at like a 45-degree angle. Just have it screw in just like normal. And so, nice part about using that bit is that, like, we can change it out for, like, if you want to mount slime VR trackers, if you want to mount, like, Mocopi, if you want to mount some other systems, then you don't have to get a whole different ring like the original did, where did I put it there? Where that mounting is, like, actually embedded into there. Instead, you'll be able to just swap it out as a separate part. It's also a lot easier and a lot more efficient to iterate if it's reprinting a small part for that. But yeah, let's get CADding. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna hide these bodies right now because you don't need them right now. And that's the phone grid thing I was talking about, and this is a jig that I made for bending the rod, the aluminum rod, and the steel rod. Yeah, I actually had steel rod for this because I didn't think that aluminum would be strong enough, but it turns out aluminum is strong enough, and steel is, like, what, 3 times denser than aluminum, I think, so, yeah, that's just more weight to deal with, and we don't want weight, for this. We want it to be lighter, we want it to be balanced. So, yeah, we're not using steel, we're gonna use aluminum. Oh, I also want to figure out how to make this, compatible with both, 1/4 inch and, like, 6mm aluminum stock, just so that, like, if you are not in Freedom Land, you can still build this, thing. Yeah. Okay, so here's the thing, and I can start off just by making a sketch here, and then hold on, let me get that face because I want to project it. No, not that. Okay, I just hide the body. We don't need the body, we'll hide the body. Okay. So, normally I work in, like, SolidWorks, but, I've been getting back into Fusion, so I'm a bit rusty on the shortcuts and, like, some of the, features and tooling that it has, so bear with me. If there's something that I'm doing that's, like, the long way, and there's, like, a super duper short way to do it, I would appreciate if y'all told me in the comments how to do that. Let me just get some water. Okay, so that is there, and let's turn this back on and see what exactly we have to work with. Okay, so just put a point here, just kind of eyeball it. Because it does not need to be a snug exact fit. So that's 36. Why won't it, like, okay, there. We'll make that a center line, and then we will just, we'll just make those symmetrical. Let's make that, like, 36. Yeah, that should be good. And, let's see. I think we do that. And then also going to project that. Offset this by, 0.5 the other way. Going to trim this, and let me check how much space we actually have to work with, and try to not use all of that because people's head shapes are different. So I think if we do like half of this, which is 15, we're probably safe. Yeah, let's go with like 8. actually not the point of reference that we want to use. Yeah, let's go with that. Something just happened that wasn't supposed to happen. That's weird. Why is that offset, like, not... we'll just fix it. Okay. Yeah. Okay, that looks pretty good. Alright, so let's extend that to there. And I'll decide later if I want this to go here, or if I just want to, like, have it be diagonal it out or something, but we do want it to be comfy. Wait, are those the same back center? Okay, yeah, that is the same body. Cool, so we have this. And even though it's, like, kind of flush, might as well just, like, add a bit of fillet here. Maybe just 1mm. Let's hide the big body again. Let's add some fillets here. Okay, I'm really glad that Fusion is behaving the stream, because, like, the first time I did a test run with Fusion, it was throwing a fit. Okay, let's just make sure that's not conflicting at all. Yeah, that seems about right. Cool. So, I think I'm gonna do is, I'm just gonna save this mesh, as a sanity check. No, I'm not. That's gonna waste some time. No, actually, no, it won't. Okay, so I'm gonna save just that mesh and 3D print it alone, just to make sure that the fit that I think I theoretically is good have... Wait, I don't know what I just said. The fit that I think is theoretically good, just to confirm that it is actually good. Yeah, that sounds more correct. Cool. So yeah, I'm gonna go turn off the screen share right now, because I don't know if I'm gonna accidentally dox myself, and I've been really bad about doing that the past streams. So yeah, let me go see what I'm doing. Let's turn off Fusion. Okay. So then, I can actually see in the studio view on OBS what that looks like. Export. Oh, that's interesting. It actually doesn't even show it as part of the window. Oh wait, yeah, and if it still did, then it would have doxed me a bit. So I'm glad I didn't do that. Back restraint test fit. Yeah, let's call it that. Let's do a 3MF. Exported. Cool. And so this is gonna break the Bambu picture-in-picture view, but yeah, let's turn on Bambu Studio now. Hold on, for some reason it's like gargantuan. Why is it so huge? Okay, let's transition again. Hopefully that works. Alright, cool. So, I'm gonna take that piece that I just made, drag it in here. We're gonna just have it just a test print, so we want this print super fast and before we start printing the whole design also. Oh, let me make sure. Okay, cool. I didn't print this with supports on the bottom, and I think I printed it upside down also, or no, I printed it right side up, but it still turned out fine. So that's good. Don't have to reprint that. And it looks like auto orientation. We want it this way anyway. So we're just gonna set it to like single, everything really sparse infill. And all these prints have been rolling off pretty level, so yeah, I'm not gonna worry about that. Oh, you know, it'd be really cool if I had a thing where like it can detect if I'm looking at my printer and then it shows a zoom in of the Bambu camera. That'd be really cool. And I have 2 other 3D printers, so I could also totally do that too. But anyway, yeah, I'll put that on the future to-do list. What was I doing? Oh yeah, so we're gonna be waiting just a little bit for this print to finish. Actually, are we? No, we're not. We're gonna go back to Fusion. Okay, let's get back to Fusion. So this is up, and what I want to do is, let's see, this might be a little tricky because we need to access these screw holes also. So if I build it too close to there, then it might be kind of fussy. But anyway, top view. Keep forgetting it's Control, not Alt, that pans. So what I'm thinking is that I just put that snazzy rectangle there, and then line that up. No, actually, I don't want to do it that way. Actually, yeah, I want to do it that way. It's like, should I just do a side profile and then I can change the angle? No, actually, that's way better. Okay. We're not going to do that. Canvases. Oh, print's done. Okay, cool. Let's actually take that print off. And I wonder if you can see the, I wonder if you could actually see me take it off the print bed if we're in this view. Alright, so you have the dummy iPhone now. Here it is. And, let me just pull off the phone from the face cap. So I didn't make it to the dimensions of the iPhone itself. I made it to the dimensions of the iPhone with, the case in there. But yeah, all these holes, they're there for, adding in weights. Hold on, I accidentally turned off face cap. Is this working? Okay, yeah, it's working. Cool. Okay, face cap is back on. And so, oh, crap, I need to, like, weigh shit anyway. So, let's see. So, the mass of the iPhone is, with the case in there, 228 grams. Okay. Let's pop this back on. And the mass of this is 70 grams. Oh my gosh, that is going to be annoying. So if we filled every single hole with a 5mm screw, that's still not enough weight. So we might just have to tape on some big-ass bolts on there too. And honestly, that's gonna be like faster to do anyway. But yeah, let's cross that bridge when we get there. Let me see if okay, yeah, so I do have several big bolts in here. So the plan was to be neat and just like screw some screws in there, but it's actually probably not gonna be the best idea. So in terms of time anyway. So unless I want to inflate the stream's length, I'll probably just be taping some bolts onto that. That's okay. It's just a dummy weight. But yeah, so we're gonna start printing that just to make sure that this fits nicely, and I can also like probably do a little test fit wearing it just to check if it hurts, like if I can feel it at all, if there's like ample space. And this also might tell us if we have additional room to go. Yeah, let's disable bed leveling so it's a bit faster. Okay, so we are printing now, and I'll put this back on play. Oh, it looks like it disables it when it's downloading the print. You're just gonna wait for that, and then we're gonna get back to the CAD. Actually, screw that. I'll just get back to the CAD right now. Okay. Let's see. App view. Turn off Bambu Studio full view. And let's transition. Alright, cool. So, what was I doing? Oh yeah, I was extending this. Alright, so the way I actually want to do this is, build a sketch on that. Oh wait. I think I got, okay, it's probably that, yeah. And then there's like some way to do like a cutaway view. I forgot what it was. No, we actually don't need that. Yeah, we can just project these faces. Okay, good enough. We don't need all of them. And then let's just set those as construction lines. And so I wanted something like, yeah, it was a good idea to go this way instead. Okay, so that's also gonna be a rectangle. Can I make all those? Oh no, I guess I have to set them perpendicular, only like a few at a time. That was a weird pause. You know, actually we don't need to worry about it too much because we will have clearance after the tracker is like sideways and stuff. So yeah, that's actually not too bad. I just want a bit of clearance, but I hope that 6 millimeters is enough. And it's probably gonna be printed on its side. It's gonna be printed on its side. I have to think about that because that's actually a really weird way to orient it because I don't really entirely trust like the supports basically being a giant raft. Yeah, let's also have this tilted at 45 degrees. And then there's not really a point in that being that much thicker. No, we'll just make it equal because that looks pretty nice. And then here I think we ballpark that number at being 30 millimeters. And then let's get the so that this test print prints out faster, we're not going to fully support the entire base of the tracker. We're just going to get like kind of a small slice of it. So I'm thinking that like we do maybe about like 36 or 30 or whatever looks nice. Whatever lines up with like the width of this here or something. And then so then that's going to add like, let's just go with 30 for now. So that'll add like 15 to this. And it's a good thing that I'm testing with the SteamVR Tracker 2.0s because these are bigger than the 3.0 trackers, and I think they're bigger than any trackers on the market, dedicated trackers anyway, because of course you could use like a Vive controller or something as your tracker. It'll be like awkward, but it'll work. But yeah, let's say that that's like about, just eyeball it to like 45-ish, doesn't need to be exact. Okay, back to here. So we want like 45 plus 15. Cool, yeah. Alright, let's extrude that both ways. Symmetric. Whole length. Let's make that like 30. Let's make it 36. Yeah. Okay. And I just love my fillets, so first we're gonna set this one to, actually, what's the distance between this and this? It's about 6.5. So let's make that like, I don't know, 6.5 plus. Okay, let's make that like 3. No, actually, let's make it like 6. Yeah. Let's make this like 12.5. And then that should have it to where like it looks like that both of them share like a center point. At least a close-knit visual match. Alright, so here... it's the easiest way to do this. Okay, let's make all those equal. Okay, I didn't like that. Let's make one of them equal. Alright, cool. Let's make that construction. And so, 1/4 inch 20, 1/4 inch 20. Where are you, 1/4 inch 20? So, you'd think that it should be like a 1/4 inch, but I don't always trust that a bit, and I like to add a little bit extra. And I'm using millimeters anyway, so, yeah. So then that's 6.14. Let's just round that up to like 6.5. Okay, 6.5. And then we need the hole for, I just like to have these like lined up to things so that it looks nice. We need this hole here, and so a little trick that I found is that if you use like socket head M3 screws, then the socket head actually almost perfectly fits in here, and you can literally just put like the M3 screw into a drill. Actually, I might as well demonstrate how to do that. Okay, where the hell is an M3 screw? There's gotta be like several lying around here. I just like that my office has all these like natural Foley sounds. Okay, it could use a longer one. I recommend you do this with a longer one, but for now, it should be fine to screw with just like a short one. Short ones are okay too. Just for demonstration at least. Okay, so yeah, the way that you can do that is you can take that head, just put it in here, and you can round it out just a bit. But yeah, I want to say that I've already memorized this to be like 14? Yeah, it's 14. Cool. And so here, what I like to actually do is instead of, fix it to, like, you have to do it in the orientation that I specify, instead, I like to have it so that, you can do it however you want to. So that's gonna be like 3.2. I usually don't like threading things directly into plastic, but this is not something that like you're gonna be adjusting frequently. Oh wait, actually, you know what's more elegant than doing that? Let's have this at like 28. What am I doing? Construction. Alright, let's line those up. Confused, why is it like... Okay, that's not being properly locked. Okay. Cool. Oh, I guess that it was whatever. Okay, we're gonna extrude those out. And so I don't want it to be a 3D printed feature because, like, we can't have all of the pegs occupied at once. We only have one of them to, like, have it be how it's oriented. So, yeah, we're just gonna let the user fill it in however they want to. And for some reason, my mocap is, like, flickering. Let me adjust the length a bit. Okay, that should be a bit better. Okay. So, what was that? No, that should be 18, actually, for that to be a nice circle. Cool. So, this could be bigger, but I'm not gonna worry about that right now. You know, actually, yeah, let's do that, because, we want it to be printable on the side, and so if you have additional supports on the side, then that should probably help. Yeah, and, you know, I think I'm actually gonna go back. I'm going to not fill it that here. What is fill at 17? No, wait. Cool. Alright, this thing's kind of mad at me, so let me just... I don't think we even need those references. Okay, it's kind of messy, but it'll work. The sketch is still mad. The sketch is still mad, but I don't know if I care enough. Oh, I see it. This line. Okay. So we just reline that to there. And now we are fully defined again. Alright, so what I'm thinking is... I'm actually gonna chop off those as like a hard kind of edge thing. Oop. So that we have like a flat surface for the to start putting it on. I don't actually know when you'd want to use a centerline thing, if it like actually does anything special. Okay, so let's make that, I know, 48. Since we have 36 already as like a special number. And then let's project this. And let's kill those corners. Alright. So yeah, that'll work, and then I only really want to fill it that a little bit so it's more comfy, but not too much, and we don't need to fill it that part at all. Alright, we can get back to the sketch now. Or, we can actually move it past that. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so that was like, what, 48, I think? What does it say in the corner? Yeah, it's 48. I realized I could probably use an equation here or something. Actually, instead of that... What if we add a bit more to that? And then... we add these two chords. Okay, they're vertical, and they are equal. Wait, why is that? Okay, let's make it equal. And then let's also make that 48. Yeah. Cool. And then this should make it more printable on the print bed. And I think that's actually it for making this work. And the test print is almost done in like literally less than a minute. So we'll peel that off and we'll just make sure that the thingy that we modeled fits. And then if it does, we can pop this We can pop this into the Bambu. Yeah, cool. Yeah, so that looks 3D printable to me. It'll need lots of support, and we'll need to keep an eye on like the first chunk of it just to make sure that everything lines up. And the edges might be a little shitty, although to be honest, the Bambu it's just really great. You don't really have to think that hard about keeping your stuff nice and tuned, and everything on it just turns out really nice. So if you just want a 3D printer that is you don't have to think about, Bambu is amazing for that. But yeah, let's get to the workbench. And just for the interest of time, I'm gonna go start the 3D print actually for this bit. But if it turns out that the fit isn't good, we're gonna be canceling it, then I'll be like, what, a couple grams of plastic at most. So yeah, and let me go turn off the view again, just because I'm paranoid. Okay, let's save this as mesh. It's the only things I can save it. Yeah. Or let's export it. Come on, don't freeze. Don't freeze on me. Okay, while it's thinking, let's go to the workbench. Okay, so right now I am designing a motion cap, or I'm improving the design of my motion capture head rig. Let me just show it overall. So this is the previous design, minus the suspension, and yeah. Oh, now that I have the iPhone dummy, I can put it in here. Oh shit! I should have put the USB port. Oh well, I can drill that out. But yeah, so imagine there's an iPhone here for face motion capture, and then here's a Steam VR tracker, and we have like this harness system from a hard hat that goes into these slots. And so this is for motion capture for 3D VTubers, for anyone doing like mocap and animation work. Yeah, I'm just working on the design of it. But yeah, so let's do the test fit. Oh shit, I should have added some supports in here. It's a little fucked up, but that's okay because well, it looks like we're gonna have to drill out some of this stuff in here. I don't know if you can see it well on the go. Wait, is this thing working? Oh, for some reason it stopped working. Let me unplug and replug it in. Alright. GoPro turned off. GoPro turned back on. Okay. So, yeah, that was pretty messy. Should have had more support or more wall, but I just want to do like a test fit, but not concerned about that actually at all. We just want to make sure that this part fit in there, which it does. And we do have plenty of room back here also, so that's great. Yeah, I'm gonna be really annoyed if shit. So it looks like SolidWorks, not SolidWorks, it looks like Fusion crashed on me. So let's hope that I can recover my work. So in this case, there actually is no input device. Okay, is it still frozen? It's not frozen. Okay, cool. Okay. Let's open that up. Recovery date 7:50. Yes, we have almost all the work that we did. Okay, cool. We're not totally fucked. Let me go back to the Fusion 360 view. Alright, cool. Alright, so what do you want to do here? Yeah, it would have really sucked to, have to redo that stuff. But, yeah. Okay, what's this? Did we, don't think that we projected that yet. So we're gonna project that, we're gonna... Oh wait, I think I'm actually on the wrong sketch. Am I on the wrong sketch? I don't think so. Okay, I think I'm just not actually on the wrong face. So we're gonna delete that. And, I'm gonna move that sketch over here. And then we want to line that up to there. Actually, you know, let's try projecting that. Yeah. And then, in case we change that dimension, we don't have to worry about, like, unchanging it. And then, we don't have to make this, like, 48. We can just get it till we have, like, I don't know, let's say maybe, like, no, probably maybe 8mm is good enough contact patch. Do I like 8mm? Let's make it, like, 12? Maybe 16? Oh wow, it's not growing as much as I thought it would. Well, that's a good thing, because that's faster printing less plastic. Let's have that join. Alright, cool. So, we have the... Oh my god, is the first thing I fucking designed on stream a dick? Bruh. Did I really just design a dick by accident? Anyway, yeah, let's save this time, and then let's 3D print. I didn't want to open that window. Okay, save again because I'm paranoid. Export as a 3MF. Let's call this not a dick. Perfect. Okay, cool. Now let's open this in Bambu Studio. Hard hat reduction, not a dick.3mf. Let's move this to like a different plate. Cool. And so that's an interesting auto orientation. But thinking for better strength, we're gonna want it on its side. So let's manually orient this. By that side. Yeah. Cool. And then we're gonna need to add some supports. Let's go with normal supports. We don't need tree supports for... Nah, fuck it. Let's use tree supports. Okay. We don't need it up there, so let's make it manual. Tree manual. Supports painting. Let's do smart fill. That'll probably be good enough. Nope, that's weird. Erase all. Let's shrink that down. Alright, that looks reasonable to me. Cool. So how long does it take? Awesome, only 30 minutes-ish. Oh no, I didn't change the strength. We actually want some real strength on this part. Let's go with like 4 and 3, 3. Let's make it gyroid. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Let's make that 25. Okay, so that's an hour, but that's okay, because we still have stuff to do. You know, this actually doesn't have to be that strong. And it is a bamboo, and oh, you don't need that shit there. Okay, let's... I know, it's like, if you optimize the 3D print way too much, then at some point, how do I okay, yeah, that's how you undo it. At some point, you're just wasting time when it would have been faster to just start the print earlier. That shaved off a couple minutes. Okay. Are we good? Yeah, I think we're good. Let's get this printed. I don't care about bed leveling right now. I forgot to fill it those, but it doesn't matter right now. Alright. Oh wait, was I not showing? Well, okay, y'all could see what I was doing in the picture-in-picture, but I meant to show the whole bamboo window. But, oh well. Okay, we're gonna have this on ludicrous mode, which I learned is actually a reference to Spaceballs, which I haven't seen yet, but now I have to see it. But yeah, cool. So let's have this back on the 3D printer view. You can watch how it prints. You can see all the poop up there. That's apparently, well, no, that's not poop. The poop's behind the printer. Okay, this sounds really weird out of context, but like, so bamboo printers, they do like a bit of priming of the they do this process where it pushes out a bit of plastic before the start of a print, and it creates this like little spiral shape, and we call them poop. I don't know how Bambu's PR feels that everyone calls it poop, but everyone calls it poop. But yeah, it's little bits of a plastic that are pushed out to help prime the nozzle and like get rid of like any like old or like cruddy or overheated or different color filament. But yeah, okay, so we have this designed. Just want to show the rest of this. So it should look like this. This is gonna be where we put the tracker, and then let's work with this dude right now. So here, this is where we're going to be experimenting with different places to put the battery. And on second thought, I should have printed it at like the lightest possible settings, because like, I mean, the battery's not gonna be that heavy. But oh well, I'll just remember that for next time. But in order to do that, I think we need to disassemble the old rig first. So let's take that off. Let's put DJ Marky Z away for a bit. And so this is the battery counterweight that I'll be using. I think it's a Ugreen 100 watt, 2000 milliamp hour, I think, model. Let's see. Yeah, it's Ugreen 100 watt. It's gonna say the size of it. And, oh, not 2000, 20,000. Alright, and so let's just get the mass of this. I don't know why, but we're doing that. So, whoa, blaze it! So that's 420 grams. That's, I think, almost twice as much as the iPhone. At least the iPhone inside the case. And, you know, now I'm actually curious what the weight of the iPhone is without the case versus in the case. So, face gonna go wonky again. So we're at 200 grams. That adds 32. Which is 20 of those shorter M5 screws. Alright. So, you know what, actually... Nah, whatever. Okay, so, yeah. let's get the old head rig and start to disassemble it, because we need the assembly that has the phone holder stuff and that aluminum rod. Alright, where are my flush cutters? Flush cutters, where are you? I have like 3 pairs of them and I still get them lost. Oh, here they are. Okay. Alright, snipping those off. And then you're gonna hear like a bunch of nuts fall down. Okay, there's my hex drives. I have to like step out of the way because like this neck tracker just keeps getting in the way, and it's really annoying, which is why I have a head tracker that I'm building, or a head-mounted face tracker, not head tracker. I mean, technically it is a head. You know what I mean. Anyway, so yeah, we're just gonna take these out, and we're actually gonna want to take them out all the way because, like I said earlier, I had to reprint them because like the way that the they didn't sink down enough. You'll see it when I take this one out. So here the head pokes out just a little bit, and here the head is a little bit sunken. But yeah, and then you can see the square nuts falling out. The final release, I don't want to use square nuts because, unless I can like embed them, just because it's annoying if they fall out and people are like, I need to buy more nuts, but no one knows like hardware unless they actually build stuff, so they won't realize that they could just show up at like Lowe's or Home Depot or something and just buy like some M5. Well, actually, I don't know if they even stock, because I think the smallest that they really stock are like M6 really or something, and they don't have too much in terms of metric stuff. So yeah, I'd expect they'd only have hex. But like when I release the models, which I'm not sure if they'll be a free release or like a paid release. Plus I don't want like people to like rip me off, honestly. But like however I release it, I'm definitely gonna have like version that has square nuts, version for threaded, not threaded, for heat set inserts, versions for hex nuts. But yeah, was that all of them ready? So yeah, there wasn't too much disassembly involved with this. Okay, so yeah, that's the old ring. It's basically the same, except we don't have this bit here. And so, yeah, I didn't actually have to reprint. I could have just like taken this off and ignored it. No, actually, it's probably better that I did, because that means that we don't have this contributing to forward weight. Okay, so what am I doing now? Oops, that's a square nut. Alexa, set lights to white. Okay. I'm gonna match my lighting in my office. Whee! Does that work? Did that work? I'd be annoyed if it didn't work. Okay. Oh, that did work. I was just looking at the YouTube view, and it was like, it lagged behind in time. Okay, so, anyway, yeah, let's just finish taking out all these screws. And, you know, just to make my life easier, I'm gonna just ream all of those, no, those don't need to be reamed. Okay, cool. Okay, so, gonna recycle that eventually. Yeah, so, before I insert that in, I just kinda want to talk about the process of bending all this. So, I showed the model of it, but I have, this jig that I use, and so it's 3D printed, which means that's not gonna withstand heat, and it's a lot easier to bend these things when you have heat, so it's more so I'd, like, bend it, by putting it, I don't want to get it out, actually, I'll just get it out. Yeah, so I'd put the, aluminum rod, or steel rod, the one you're seeing right now is aluminum, but I did prototype with steel, put it in this, heat up the corner, bend it, eyeball it to 90 degrees. Then once it's cooled down, match it to the jig and make sure it is actually 90 degrees. It's not like stressing anything. And then insert it again, do the bend, just make sure it lines up. And so I'd like to, if I end up mass producing this, I'd like to make a jig like this, but out of aluminum instead, so that it can actually withstand heat, and I can actually like heat it up and live bend it and check it at the same time. That, or I might just find if there's like a service somewhere like SendCut or Oshcut or something that lets me order like bent metal things. As far as, that's actually the same process I did to get like the 90-degree angle hidden inside here on the phone mount. But then when it came to this, I just freehanded it, and I'm still kind of making adjustments however I want to, until, oh, okay. Okay, good to know. I guess I won't talk while using the drill. Yeah, I'll keep that in mind. Thanks for noting that. Yeah, so I was freehanding this, and until I have it, like, kind of finalized, I'm just gonna not worry about it being perfect or straight, and I'll order, like, the proper length of aluminum rod that I need to do that with. But, yeah, are the drill sounds, like, harsh to listen to, too, or do you not mind hearing them? It's just when I'm talking at the same time. I like to know if I should, like, find a way to mute it or something, or if, y'all are fine hearing it, just don't want to hear me talking at the same time. Yeah. So, let me go get some painter's tape, if I can find it. I can't find it. Okay. So, we're just gonna have it fingered in, I guess. That sounds really weird. Oh, I need to cut these little support things off, which I forget to fill that hole in, and Bambu Slicer wants, or Bambu Studio wants to, like, have support there for some reason. So yeah, it goes in like this, and then we just, yeah. You know, if it's on... Let me see, is my fancy screwdriver charged? Whoa. It is charged, okay. So I actually have this electric screwdriver, and it should be strong enough to tighten what we want to tighten, but it is a lot quieter. So let's actually use that so I can yap. You don't need the whole drill right now. Is it this one or that one? I think it was that one, actually. Yeah. So yeah, this is cool because like it just automatically screws for you if you like twisted it in the direction that you want to go. You know, I can't find my painter's tape right now, but it is actually easier if I just screw it. I don't need painter's tape. I'm just using any tape. Okay, let me just grab a bit of Gorilla Tape, because I can see it right now. So what I'm doing right now is, I'm just constraining the nuts into their slots with a bit of tape temporarily while I screw it in. It does take longer for me to do this while I'm talking, but the convenient thing is that we're waiting on this 3D print to finish anyway. Okay, so yeah, I didn't want to use like a ton of Gorilla Tape. And this is also awkward to do when I have like this neck thingy in front of me. Why is that not... Okay, that's weird. This is not wanting to screw it for a bit. So I'm just gonna do like one... Oh wait. You know, I actually might as well do all of them at once. Cool. Yeah, that's nice and quiet. Alright, what just fell? Oh, it was just that. Yeah, I can't actually see straight with this thing. I have to, like, turn my body, since, like, this thing is, like, basically on my neck and my chest instead of, my head. And with the head tracker, I could get away with it being lower. Yeah, that's lined up enough. Okay. So I think that the first ones that we're gonna screw in are gonna be a bit wonky. But then, or the first one is gonna be a bit wonky because it's not aligned, but the other ones will be aligned a lot easier since it's doing a thing. Since the first one lines it for it. And let's actually make sure that that's aligned before tightening these ones. Yeah, that's actually plenty strong. And the nice thing about using like an electric screwdriver for this, or like a drill with the torque control, is that you can set it to be at like the same tightness consistently. This USB cable is getting in the way. Alright, you're aligned. You are aligned. And you are aligned. Alright. Okay. So, screwing this one in here. Okay, good to know that the drill is not painful to listen to. Let me move that thingy back, because it's just getting everything caught on it. Okay. Yeah, and I guess just to keep it consistent, where do the other nuts go? These nuts. You know, we only need 2 of them, really. For now. Oh wait, I forgot to do that side. Where did the nuts go? You know, I'm just gonna fill all of them. Okay. Put this tape away. The scale goes down here. Don't need those ones. They're my M4s. There they are. Okay, so we need 3 plus 3. Need 6 nuts. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wow, perfect. Yeah, I'm like, I have all of those screws, but where'd the nuts go? Oh, you know, the nuts are actually probably stuck inside the old, rig. Let's confirm that. Yep, there they are. They're just stuck in there, and we're gonna need some anyway for this next bit. So this thing here is a little trick that I like to do, where like, so 3D prints, they're kind of weak along the layer lines, kind of like how you can snap like wood along the, or wood when it's against the grain, and then along the, well, let me try and explain. So like, yeah, basically there's like these layers, and with 3D prints it's really easy to snap something along the layers. So to reinforce it, I actually have some screws that go that entire length so that this weak point is reinforced. But yeah, okay, we have all those in there. And I actually do need to use the drill for this part. The drill and the reamer. Where are my beds? Oh, they're already there. Bless me. Okay, let's go with 4. I just got worried I'm gonna like cut my fingertips when I pull out a drill bit, because I had a really bad experience doing that with like a CNC end mill. Oh wait, I'm not supposed to talk when I'm drilling. Okay, I'm gonna swap that out for the reamer. And really, ideally, I wasn't supposed to need to like drill anything out, but should have printed like this way up, or like had supports in there, and now it's kind of messy. So what's a reamer? A reamer is like kind of like a drill bit, except for instead of like needing to go in, it's meant for rounding out holes, slightly adjusting the hole size. The flutes, because like we call like the little ridges, we call them flutes. And so the flutes are straight, they're not diagonal or screw shaped, so it's not going to screw itself in. So you're not fighting any horizontal forces that you don't want, unless you just kind of like round things out. I have a feeling what I'm doing right now is like a 4 out of 10 on the unsafe meter, but I'm just used to doing that a lot, so whatever. Alright, okay, after reaming out, a bunch of crap was still in there, so yeah, I need to just clean it out. I think this is 4 millimeters. No, that's 5 millimeters. Where's the smaller ones? Okay, you 4 millimeters. No, you're 3. Are you 4? You are 4. Okay. Alright. So let's clean that out. Okay, yeah, that looks clean now. Alright. Now we can screw it in. We don't need the drill. We can just use the electric screwdriver. So yeah, it's weird because this part that I'm screwing in, I'm literally going to be undoing it anyway, but I don't know, it just feels correct to do it anyway. Plus, you need to fill some time while this one piece prints, which, by the way, let's check on it. Yeah, it looks like it's printing properly. We got it past the support layers, which was the part I was worried about, so now it should just be printing normally. Alright. And then this last bit, it's not even holding anything, but I'm just gonna fill it in anyway so it's balanced. And so it doesn't look like it's missing something. Does OSHA have any jurisdictions over, like, if someone is self-employed and is just running their own shit? Like, do they care if the owner is putting themselves at risk? And do they care if I'm working from home? I don't know. Yeah, so the screw, it goes through the layers to, not just enforce holding the layers together, but, like, just kind of also help it resist, breaking and splitting apart. That's one of the tricks that I like to use if I need some reinforcement along, like, a direction, but I have to print it in a certain orientation, or if it needs strength in all orientations, so that, like, printing it wouldn't be able to satisfy that. Okay, what next? Because we still have about... How long do we have on that 3D print? You have, about 23 minutes on the 3D print. So I need to install this, like, back battery thingy. And I also want to do a teardown of, the... what's it called? Of the phone holder. We should be able to do that within time. Well, actually, let's save this for potentially later, because we still need to balance the, phone, also. So, we're gonna go put on this thingy to kind of test out where the, balance is. And frankly, I'm not sure I know how I'm going to stream that part, because, like, it's not at my workbench because it's too big. And I am out of the shorter screws that I wanted to use. Okay, I barely have these ones. I need to order more M4 hardware in the shorter lengths, I think. But yeah, at least installing this part is, like, super quick, since it's literally just, like, 4 bolts. Where's the piece of tape? Did I throw it away? I think I may have. I did throw it away, but it has been revived. Oh, it's okay to be behind on the stream. I'm just glad that you're watching this. Let's see. So yeah, it's like a snug fit. It almost doesn't need the tape in a few of these cases. Oh wait, why did I put that in there? Okay, whatever. It's not a big deal. Okay, so this... Ooh, this actually goes under there. Yeah, those two just fell out, but that's okay. Is that long enough? Nope, it is. Is it even going in? These aren't long enough. Okay, we're just gonna use some, like, oversized ones. It doesn't matter, we're prototyping. And the weight difference doesn't really matter either. Especially since we're, like, super close to the head anyway. Okay, so that's currently blocked by the tape. But that's okay. Okay, that's, like, really weirdly gunky, but... Okay, that works. Yeah, it's kind of hard to stay organized with, like, a bunch of projects going on. Okay, let's stick that in. Let's add that flap of tape, if I can get this thing out. Okay. Doesn't really have the strength to actually start when it's not lined yet, so I have to just, like, manually spin it for a bit and then... Alright, so we have that, and the goal is we'll just stick this in different places until it feels like that we have a good balance, and And then, let's see. Let me get that out of the way and put it on the sofa. What next? We need to balance the phone. So, let's see. Got this calculator. And so, we need to fill about 158 grams to get the dummy phone to the same weight. And at the same time, I forgot to carve out a hole for the USB, so I'm gonna do that also. What's the easiest way for me to do that? Let's get that clamp out. Okay, so let's see. Where's my calipers at? There are my calipers. And where's the USB cable? There's one on the head rig. Alright, so USB-C is gonna be 8.2-ish millimeters wide. Don't need the exact number again. So we're gonna want at least a, what's the easiest way for me to do this? I think if I drill like 2 holes that are kind of far apart, and then just like cut out the stuff in the middle, because the biggest bit that I have out of whatever I cared to open up is whatever that is. And then I like to just kind of start these holes with a soldering iron and just have it. Oh yeah, and I have my carving tip on here too, so don't worry, I'm not ruining the soldering stuff. Oh wait, this is gonna be stinky. Let me go get my fan. At least it's PLA, and PLA smells like, smells kind of like, corn and candy at the same time. Wait a sec. Okay, there. Alright, so this is heated up. And yeah, you might be able to actually see that smoke coming off into there. So I'm trying to aim. It's a bit hard with this in the way. Yeah. Okay, so I got those holes started. And now we're gonna drill. Let's see, I'm trying to... Yeah, I have, you can't see them on the camera angle, and I had to, like, mess with the, YouTube chat thingy because, like, there's, like, this heart emoji that's in the way of actually trying to read messages, the latest messages. But, yeah, there's lots of ways that you can organize... Wait, I wasn't talking to you. My watch thought I was talking to her. But anyway, yeah, so... What was I talking about? I forgot. Oh yeah, workbench organization. Yeah, there's actually 2 drawers down here that I usually, like, try to keep tools in this left drawer and, like, parts on the right drawer, but, I've been kind of lazy about keeping that clean. Okay, I shouldn't have drilled out that center one first. Fuck it, we're going nuclear. Yeah, we're just gonna melt this out of the way. Thankfully, it has low infill, so, like, there's not too much to actually fight. Alright, cool. Yeah, PLA is not the worst smelling when it burns, and it's not even burning, it's just melting. I have the iron set to 240, which is a bit higher than I usually print PLA. Let's make this cold really fast. Yeah, that's a trick I like to do to cool hot glue and, like, hot plastic down quickly. don't know if it's healthy, though. Okay, we'll just keep you on this side in case we need you again. Alright. Oh wait, no, that goes up here. Okay. So, if we get the phone holder, which you probably actually do have time to dissect that now, since we have, like, what, 15 minutes till that print comes off? Cool. That fits exactly like it should. And now we gotta get the iPhone to weigh as much as my real one, with the case and everything. So, I think the fastest way to do that... what's the weight that I recorded? 228. Where's my scale? It's here. There's a little dish that I can get out. Actually, I'll use this little mason jar lid. So yeah, here's like a bunch of M5 screws. But I don't want to spend the whole stream like drilling shit, so I think we're gonna do... Let me get my hot glue gun primed also. Just gonna like hot glue some big ass bolts to it. We need 158 grams of mass. A little less. Close enough. Okay. So, I think I'm just gonna, like... Let me actually go grab some, tape in another room real quick. Let's pause. Okay, we should be back. Yeah, let me just make sure that this worked. Give me watching the stream. Okay, we should be back. Yay, let's CAD together. Yeah, let me just make sure that... Okay, cool. Okay, yeah, so that doesn't include the weight of the, thingy. I don't know why I lifted this thing up. What is that thing? Anyway. Okay, let's mute my iPad. Alright, so I'm just gonna like tape all this together. Pretty messy, but whatever. Yeah, I don't need precision on this. This is literally just weight. Yeah, the body pillow could be cool merch. Okay, let's wrap this around a bit more. I wonder if I will ever take this weight apart again and restore the bolts back to where they should be, or if they will be, like, unorganized forever. Okay, so that's a bunch of crap there. Let's zero this out. And let's put my phone back on there just to, oh. Bambu is running, but no cam. Oh, wait. Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, let me, oh, it said temporarily closed because there's no operating for a long time. Good to know. Alright, cool. Yeah, we have the Bambu cam back. Thanks for letting me know. Let's see. So, face cap. So, phone, it got slightly heavier. I mean, this isn't a precision scale, and I couldn't find my precision scale. But yeah, those are the same mass now. Ish. I mean, just a couple grams, but yeah, so let's just, I know, I got the hot glue gun. I could have just used tape, but I got the hot glue gun out, so I want to use the hot glue gun. Purple hot glue. It's not like there's even, like, enough surface area for that to contact. And then we're gonna just slap some tape around that. The printer cam, not the benches. Okay, yeah. Alright, cool. And then, just to sanity check again, let's get the mass. They should be equal. Equal-ish. 240, that's a little heavier. 230, whatever. Close enough. Alright. No, hot glue comes in lots of colors. Yeah, you can buy it on Amazon and stuff. Alright, so here is the current version that we're working on. Gonna just add some zip ties. I actually didn't need to cut those zip ties on the rod at first. And so the back battery holder, that's just gonna be temporary while we're trying to figure out the best position for the battery. That's why it looks really goofy, and I don't anticipate I'll be melting plastic again in this stream, so let's get this stuff out of the way. Calipers back here. Put this bit back. Oh, I forgot to put face tracking back on. There we go. Face track is back on. Actually, let me just confirm. Where is my thingy? Yeah, we have face tracking. Okay, cool. Alright. So... oh yeah, that's why I put it on the front. So, we're gonna go put this on... actually, how much time is left on the print? Because if there's time... yeah, there's 5 minutes, so might as well show it. So I'm not gonna do, like, a complete disassembly, because I think part of this is blocked by the USB cable. But, yeah, I'll show how the, actually, let me glue some nuts in first, real quick. Yeah, that's not for holding the screws in place, that's for holding the nuts in place. And again, I'm planning to replace that with, like, threaded inserts for the more final version. But I just like to use the, what's it called? I just like to use the square nuts for testing and prototyping. Is this... no, it should be working. Alright, so let's get this out. So we're using the exact same system to clamp the, oh no, why is... Siri, I wasn't talking to you. We're doing the same system to constrain the phone holder to the rod as you are on the rest of the rig. And, cool, I can plug that. So yeah, it's just L-shaped channel that goes in. Yeah, those are more nuts in there. I'm not going to completely disassemble it, since there's nothing really interesting there. That's just like an attachment thing, so I can like change the way I attach it or where it attaches to. There's a USB-C right angle adapter glued in so that we can charge the phone at the same time, and so that doesn't stick out like a sore thumb. And so yeah, we just have square nut here. We have an M4 screw here. And I'm actually doing the same reinforcement technique I was talking about. Alright, see ya, thanks for tuning in. I have the, what's it called? I'm doing the same trick that I was using for, reinforcing that. And so this just sticks in here. We don't really need the spring that much, but it helps keep it pushed up against it and makes it just easier to work with. So yeah, let's go put this back on. Something that I want to do is, like, you'll see that there's this knob here, and it's on this side, and I don't know if it's a bad thing that's, like, so close to that rail, or if, I should flip it over and have it on the other side. Because then if it's on the other side, then it's kind of, it's potentially getting in the way also. And this thing's kind of really bulky, so it's getting hard to work with, considering everything else going on, too. Oh, wait, is the printer cam even... Oh, wait, I think the Bambu cam stopped showing. Let me try to fix that. Bambu, where are you? Yeah, I don't know why it keeps disappearing. I need to figure that out. But hey, at least it's not the main thing that y'all are watching, hopefully. Okay. Yeah, I had to do something kind of weird there. Alright, and reconnect that. Okay, cool. We have this working thing again. And how much time left on the print? We have 1 minute left on the print. That is perfect timing. Because we can't balance without having the tracker on there too. So yeah, let me just clean up these zip ties. And then we'll be pulling off this print really soon while I keep knocking stuff off my workbench by accident. Alright. So that's in there now. Yeah, I'm just gonna go take off those dudes. Why did I fold that? I didn't need to do that. And I can hear the Bambu is done. Alright, so let's take this off. And we're not going to actually be able to use this because of that problem I was describing earlier, which we'll be able to illustrate pretty easily soon. Well, we can use it for these back screws, but for the front screws, though, we're just going to have to use, like, normal wrenches. But yeah, okay, so we took that off. You know, move this out of the way. Alright. Okay, so yeah, here's the print. It looks like it turned out good. Let's just snap off the thingies. The support. It's a little messy. It could be dialed in a bit more, but That's just aesthetics, that's not gonna be function, so that's okay. It's not really the best tool for it. We can clean up the edges with the soldering iron. Hopefully I don't need to do that though, because it's kind of annoying. Okay, let's just do like a quick cleanup, but this isn't gonna matter for prototyping at all. Okay. Okay, let me know if the vacuum is really annoying and loud, or if it's fine to listen to on the stream. If it is annoying, then I'll mute it for the future. Alright. Was that too loud, or was that okay? Yo, what's up? Stream is going pretty well. I'm doing time management just right with trying to balance the 3D prints and the assemblies and talking about stuff. Oh wait, that's not plugged in. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna smooth this out a bit with the soldering iron. Let's go a little hotter. I have a, what's it called? It's like a tool that, like, has like a little tiny angled blade that's not like super sharp, but you can run it along the corners and edges. Oh, a deburring tool, but I haven't been able to find it recently, but that would be a bit better than what I'm doing right now. I think hot glue burns are a lot worse than like soldering iron burns, because with soldering irons, at least it's not sticky, so you can just like eat it off your skin really quickly. But like hot glue, that shit sticks to you, and if you're not thinking about it, then like if you're not thinking about it, then you're just gonna smear glue all over yourself. Okay, I think I'll try to mute the vacuum in the future then. Good to know. Okay, let's cool this down. Okay, cool. So we have a thing that I didn't realize the first fucking thing on stream I designed is a dick. But, okay. Getting the... Oh, shit. I just lost these nuts. It's a good thing I have extras. But I'll be cleaning up the floor later. Anyway, okay, so I shouldn't have peeled that piece of tape off yet. Yeah, I have it set to like the hottest setting. Let me show off the hot glue gun I'm going to use. So I really like this hot glue gun. It's dual temperature, but like the best thing about it is it has an auto shut off timer. Okay, so this is like a Sure Bonder brand one. And so if it's inactive for like 20 or 30 minutes, it turns itself off, which is good because I'm so bad about leaving them on. Yeah, I feel like that with like soldering irons, if you like keep it pressed against you, then obviously it's gonna be a way worse burn than like a hot glue gun. But like the thing though is that like in a good case, when you're using, if you burn yourself with a hot soldering iron, which is not a good case, but in the better case after that, you can just pull it away immediately from your body and take a lot less damage. Okay, we're putting that stuff in. Can it? Oh, it actually does. Oh no. We'll have to use the manual hex wrench for that. So the thing I was kind of worried about with designing it so that this would be so close to this edge is that, like, it's better if I show it here. So this is already really sensitive to when it's not like going in straight, and so here this fatter part is like bumping up against that edge. So instead just have to go in with like either this or use like a extended length bit if you're using a drill or an electric screwdriver. But since you can get through to it with like just a normal hex wrench, nothing special, it's not the biggest deal. Yeah, and you'll notice that I'm losing face tracking a lot. That's one of the limitations of like using the neck based holder thing is if you like turn your head significantly up, down, or left or right, then you start to lose tracking pretty easily. Alright, cool. So we have this. Is this GoPro even like wide enough view to actually see the whole thing? Oh my gosh, it is. That's crazy. Okay, I'll take it. And let's just get this stuff kind of out of the way. Let's put it back in like the little tool drawer that I've been talking about. Because I think at this point, I'm not going to be using that many tools. And I think I've actually already printed and assembled everything that I intend to this stream. So pretty much we're just going to be balancing, we're going to be installing one of the trackers on here, and then we're going to be balancing it also. So where is the tracker? Once again, I lose things a lot. Okay, so here's the tracker. You find a M3 screw to do that screw head trick I was talking about. I have like bajillions of them everywhere. Okay, so this is just gonna go in here. I can actually do it by hand. Okay, and let's get a 1/4 inch 20 tripod standard screw. I think I have used up all my short ones. Oop. Okay, let me verify that that'll go in deep enough that I don't need like a washer. Cool, don't need a washer. Okay, so what the point of that little tiny screw is, that I just put in, is this lines up with this to keep it aligned instead of spinning around. So we're just gonna go attach that there, and then you can screw it in, and this phone is in the way, so I'm at a really awkward angle. Actually, let's make this looser. Drill, where are you? Okay. Yeah, I just happened to grab the 6.5mm one. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna just pop that in there. So yeah, just imagine instead of Steam VR tracker, that could be like a Mocopi or a Slime VR tracker, like a Tundra tracker or something. So it's a good thing that this bit here is modular. And then, where's DJ Marky Z? Alright, there is DJ Marky Z. We have plenty of space in here that won't be bumping up against the head, even if you have a weird head size or head shape. what's it called, the hard hat suspension should keep it away from that. And it looks like that we could fillet this edge or make it like kind of smoother so that like when you bump into that you don't have a hard edge going. Let me actually get like some what's it called, weather stripping to use as like a foam edge to like make it more comfy. Okay, it's like in the back of my closet, so this will be an adventure. Okay, weather stripping. I'll just put like a little bit on that edge. Which is the best shape to use for it? Let's just go with this fat boy. Yeah. I think I left my scissors in the other room, so I'm just gonna have to hack it apart with some flush cutters. Yeah, since we're not 3D printing, I can actually take off the 3D printing view now. Oop. Yeah, my phone just bumped into something, which is another thing that I don't like about using the neck mounts. Okay, so workbench, turn off Bambu picture-in-picture. And then the app, turn off Bambu picture-in-picture. And then let's just cycle through the stuff. Okay, cool. Yeah. We're back on. Alright, so let's just stick this here so that it's not uncomfortable. And then we can stick the dummy phone into where it should be. And then... So, yeah, I guess this is the part where, like, you can't see what's going on. So, I'll try to make it fast and try to explain what I'm doing. But yeah, I'm just basically gonna put DJ Marky Z's head on a stake, on a tripod. And then, oh, I need to put the, threaded insert back in. Let me do that. It's actually too big to start easily. Okay. So... threaded insert. Oop. There we go. So that's gonna go on this tripod. And then I'm just gonna move it back and forth until it's, I'm just gonna put the thingy on there. And then... Oh, you know, actually, I can move the GoPro. Yeah, let me see where I can stick that dude on. Okay, first, let me just make sure I'm not doxing myself and get random crap out of the way. Good enough. Okay. Where is it? Oh, I need to untape some of the cable management. Okay, so yeah, I'm doing this, and we're gonna be taking this battery, and we're just gonna be moving it back and forth until it's, like, balanced, I guess. Actually, I don't even know if this is gonna work with DJ Marky Z, or if I have to, like, just... Let me go put this back on. Or if I just have to, like, wear it on my head, and you're gonna have to see me look really weird without mocap going on. let's adjust that angle again. Okay. How do I want to do this? Okay, well, we're just gonna let mocap go absolutely nuts. And we'll just adjust it while I'm actually using it. So let me go take off some of the mocap stuff. And yeah, everything's gonna go completely nuts, especially once the head tracker is off. Cable is stuck. Okay. Let me stick the mic back on. Using a little lapel mic. Okay, and you know, might as well transfer the crap. That was close. Might as well transfer the Steam VR tracker from the old thingy to, no, it's gonna be backwards. Okay, I'm not doing that. Okay, so mocap's gonna go absolutely nuts. Oh no, I can just put my head tracker on DJ Marky Z. Yeah, okay. Ha ha ha. Let's actually get it to my height IRL. Alright, let's switch to office view if we're gonna be derping around in full body tracking anyway. Okay, that's funny because my head's in place, but like the rest of my body's moving around. But yeah. And you know, I can actually use the real iPhone too, so at least my face will be shown if I don't accidentally close the face tracking app. Okay, so yeah, that is definitely imbalanced right now because I don't have the battery on there. So we're just gonna... I'm just going to, I guess, put the battery on the tray thingy that I made and just move it until it feels good. Then I'll try to, like, hold it in place, and then we'll try zip tying it where it should be, and then that should be a way to tell where it should be. You know, I'm gonna go get some double stick tape just so that we can tack it on. Okay, yeah, it's definitely really bad with no counterbalance at all. I don't want to use the nice ass 3M stuff. Well, technically this is all 3M, but okay. So I'll go, like, just put, like, maybe strips along here. And 2 is probably enough to be tacky without being wasteful and without being a pain in the ass to adjust. And I have a feeling that they're gonna pull off, and I really should have just wrapped it around. But instead I'm just gonna, like, put some zip ties just to keep it there. This is gonna mean that we can't go past the edge, though. Oh wait, let me switch back to Workbench real quick. Okay, so yeah, I'm just using some pretty thin 3M double stick tape to keep the battery. Oh, it still didn't change. Why did that not change? Workbench. transition. So yeah, I'm just using these 2 strips of double stick tape to keep it together, or to keep the what's it called? To keep the battery on the grid thingy. And then I need to figure out how to separate that. That's what I hate with working with like double stick tape. Tape, come off. Please come off. Is there like a tool for this? Because I got into like the Lego sets recently after that one stream, and like the brick remover was so cool. I'm like, what are the brick removers of life? Well, not so much in terms of removing life, but like the brick removers in terms of like removing things that you encounter in your life that are not convenient to remove. If they have like a brick remover equivalent for it, backing off a tape. Off double stick tape, that is. Okay. So we have that on there. Let's actually flip it over so that like the whatever you call the big bulbous parts of the zip tie. This is nice and sticky enough. And now we can balance stuff again. I mean, like, a tool to mechanically separate the sticky stuff or the backing from like tape, because I'm worried that Goo Gone might like just kind of break it for like all the stuff, or like would ruin all of the. Oh yeah, razor blades work well for that. Okay, so can't see what I'm doing right now because yeah, you can't see it, but right now you have a good situation where putting this all the way on the back is like way too far. So that means that we don't need it to be extremely far back. You can have be a bit more compact. So yeah, let's try moving it 1 square forward. Okay, so this feels pretty balanced. I'm being goofy right now. I wonder if there's a way for me to like just kind of makeshift put the tracker on that's there. But yeah, it's going. This is really comfy. Okay, so let's try moving it ahead 1 more. This is also quite balanced. I'd say it's balanced enough that I'll take it. Because I mean, like, everyone's head's gonna be different. Everyone's power bank is gonna be different. People have like different cases and different models of iPhone, so you're not gonna get like a literally perfect balance. But you can get something that's good enough to be comfortable. And just to test, let's see what happens if we scoot this all the way up. Because like, honestly, the way that it was before, we had this taped here, so because it's like sideways and just hanging here directly on that rod, that's actually even closer than like if we have it here, because the center of gravity, let's just pretend it's at the very center. The center of gravity here is basically at the rod. If we have it even like still touching the rod, but oriented like this, then center of gravity is still put further back. So what if we have it here? How does that feel? Let's ratchet that down. Honestly, that's pretty balanced. Yeah, that's awesome. So yeah, I think I know where to go now, because let me just try to wear this. Here, it's not gonna be a perfect match. It's still gonna be wonky, but let's just get a full body tracking office view while I yap. Yeah, so oh crap, that was DJ Marky Z. So yeah, just doing this. That's pretty good. Oop. Ow. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think I know where to go. This balance is working. I think there's just one more thing. I think I'm gonna cut off a lot of that extra grid and see if it's still balanced, because that weight is still contributing to the balance, even if it's just like a bit of plastic. Let's go to avatar view and let's force camera to let's force it to the workbench view. All right. Cool. So I'm gonna cut off the last 3 squares. How am I gonna do that? What's the fastest way for me to do that right now? I'll just melt it off. Where's the fan? Oh, let's put this back on too. Okay, I think my tracking is working again. Working normally-ish again. Wait, where'd I go? Why am I off the screen? Am I off the screen? It's hard to see, cause like... Oh, I know what's going on. There we go. Okay. Yeah, let's chop off this stuff now. Let's heat up that soldering iron again. Where did I put the fan? Where is the fan? I keep losing stuff. There's a lot of tools here. Okay. Fan. Okay. Yeah, this is actually like a little bit knife-shaped. Just gonna like score it. Probably don't need to like actually melt it all the way through. It looks like that the double stick tape is also chopping off at the same time. Okay. Yeah, if we can just break it off like this. Well, that's fast. And it doesn't want to break because it's heated up. So it wants to fold and bend instead. Alright, cool. And then we can also get rid of some of the side weight also. We don't need that. Just cleaning that up a bit. Cool. Alright. How long is this thing? Because we actually don't even need all those squares either, so we can cut off more of those. Yeah, let's just cut all of this here. And I'm impatient, so I'm going to drive up the temp. And then we'll get some fun smoke. And I'm not kidding, this is like the only plastic that actually smells nice when you're burning or melting it. I'm gonna burn through these ones all the way though, just so that we can snap off the other ones. Okay, that's all the way through. That's all the way through. Scored. Scored. We can score this one deeper. But yeah, I can't actually wear this though. Or at least it won't make the mocap won't make sense, because like mocap is used to the tracker being on the front of the head and at a certain angle, and now we're completely changing it up. So if I wear it, which I will just because it'll be funny, but like it's not going to make sense. I need to adjust that in the software later. But yeah, do expect that to happen. Like how my phone is just along for the ride there. Okay, burning through that. Gonna have to cut off a bit of those to make it flush, or else the battery won't stick to it because it'll be high centered on those little bits and bops. All right. Cool. And then let's hit that shit with a freeze pop. I'll be annoyed if that like affects the stickiness of the tape. So one trick I like to do when I'm like working with TPU, the like super duper flexible 3D printing filament, is I like to freeze it if I need to process it by like, if I need to like drill into it, instead of letting it get all like gummy and stuff. I like to freeze it, and it's also nice when like trying to force the TPU filament end into what's it called, like a filament sensor or something, where like you need to push it a bit through, and it's not an issue with other plastics, but it can be an issue with TPU. But yeah, so let's see if we're still balanced when it's up close and when we're also on the other end. Oh no, I think that actually killed the stickiness. Yeah, so I need to put more tape on there. Not a big deal. It's not that much tape. Yeah, it smells like candy corn right now. Okay. Let's put that on there. Let's put this on here. Let's snip that to be flush, hence why they are called flush cutters. Okay. Okay, cool. Now let's see how this does if you have it like all the way up close. Okay. Oop. I think it's still getting high centered, so still need to trim some stuff. Oh yeah, we definitely need to trim that. And then we'll just sanity check, because I don't think that I got that as clean as I could have. Alright. Now let's try again. Ow. Okay. So head's about to go nuts again. It's a little forward heavy. It's not unserviceable. It's still definitely an improvement, but it is a little forward heavy. And then let's scoot it back. I think we're getting really close to finding our sweet spot. Let's give it a full square of space. Okay, that's on. Oh yeah, that is far better. Woohoo! Alright, let me try to double up on mocap stuff. Whee! Okay, let's go to the office view. If OBS wants to. Okay, cool. Yeah. Oh wait, at some point my face cap just stopped. Is it working now? Is this working? It's not working. Face cap, turn back on. Why did you turn off? Okay, that should be working right now. Is this working? Okay, it's working. Awesome. Okay, well, yeah, we did it. We balanced the counterweight now. We have the head tracking at the back of the head. I'm just testing it out. Whee! Oh, it's kind of awkward because I have to wear like the second tracker thing on top of it. Whoa. We did it! Okay, cool. Let's see. I was supposed to talk about something else before ending the stream, but we are getting close to end the stream. Oh yeah, so next stream. It'll be Sunday, 2 p.m. Central Time, 2 p.m. Texas Time. And by the way, they're actually trying to make Texas Time a real thing. It's basically just Central Time without daylight savings, which is pretty cool. But yeah, let me go open up the trailer for the game that we're going to be playing on Sunday, 2 p.m. Monkey Tower VR. This is a game that I made, and it's the first game that I've ever made as the lead programmer. So, so yeah, I'm really excited for that. I'm going to be trying to show off the shock suit functionality also, the same one that I use for my 3-pound robot injection. But yeah, this video is loading. It's just taking a bit of a while. You might also be able to find it on Vimeo. Are you loading?
The world is...
Okay. Let me share the screen. Bless me. Okay, avatar view. Okay. The app that we want to show is Firefox. Which window do I want to show? I want to show that one. Okay. Let me just mute it and just make sure it's going properly. Okay, yeah, this is the latest trailer. Okay, awesome. So yeah, this is, let me just switch scenes. Hold on. There, I'm back. So yeah, this is Monkey Tower. It is, a VR game. It's a puzzle platformer where, there is water, and it's flooding, and there's a tower, and there's a monkey, and you need to guide your monkey up the tower by placing, like, these, I can't say it because it's trademark. These 4 shaped block things to create paths and also use power-ups. It's a deck builder. And yeah, we have 11 levels, and we're gonna have more in the future. It's currently out on Quest 3 and Quest 2, and we will be out on the Rift very soon. We are just trying to squeeze the optimization out of it so that we can get those things.
The world is crumbling.
Let's restart.
The world is crumbling. And only one monkey can save it. But not without your help. Play your cards right to unlock new realms and abilities. Climb solo or race a friend to become the first to master Monkey Tower!
Yeah, we are out on Quest 2 also. Quest 2 and Quest Pro. But yeah, that's gonna be Sunday's stream. It's gonna be fun. Hopefully I'll show some speedrunning strats since I'm one of the devs. But yeah, alright. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. That was fun. I'm glad that the setup wasn't too scuffed. I mean, I knew that it was gonna be a bit hard to show off testing out, yeah, face tracking. Or not the face tracking. Showing off the balance, and also, yeah, that kind of stuff. But, yeah. Alright, well, logging off. Bye-bye.